Check, check, 1, 2. Severe exposure coming at you. Hello, how are you all doing? All right, we're on. Levels are good. Welcome to Severe Exposure. It is Thursday. And let me regale you for a moment. From 1994 through 1997, Time Life released a series of records, compact discs, cassette, whatever, any format you wanted it on. A series called AM Gold, which collected the soft rock hits of the last gasp of the AM bandwidth. Because for a long time, AM was like how radio just was. FM was kind of considered like this goofy kind of thing until the tables turned. They found that FM had a much better fidelity in its frequency modulation. But I digress. They put out a series called AM Gold, and it was heavily promoted by television commercials where the titles of the songs that were on the compilation would slowly scroll up the screen while they would play short clips of a few of them to give you a sample of everything that you would hear when you received the final product. And one of those songs, there was about a 4 or 5 second clip of The Guitar Man by Bread. And to this day, that little 4-second blip in the Time Life commercial is the only music that I've ever heard by this band. But I know that in the years since, that they become kind of a punchline. Kind of a allegory for just bland 70s light rock. And I always had a suspicion that a lot of that had to do with the band name, because Bread is a very, very boring brand name. Matter of fact, these guys were stuck for inspiration. They were trying to come up with a name for their band. And they're sitting around, just looking around their thing, proposing names like, how about Telephone Pole? When a bread truck drove by, they're like, how about bread? They all liked it enough to go ahead and use it. Which brings us to today. We're going to hear a lot more than 4 seconds of Bread. We've got the Anthology of Bread. And we're going to answer the question, did they deserve the bad rap? As someone that's never heard their music before, I feel qualified to answer. Let's pop this in the player and see what we got. All right. The drive is firing up. And, oh, wow, look at this. We got 20 slices of bread, which is probably too much bread for anyone. We're filling up before the main course. But that's how it is today, so let's jump right into it. We're going to hear Make It With You. I mean, normally my point of reference for boring 70s rock is usually like Fleetwood Mac. But maybe they just live up to their name. Bread. So anyway, oh wow, look, that chat is popping off. Thank you everybody for tuning in today. Thank you and or Sorry in advance. However it goes, we got Stop Rock Confusion. Thank you for showing up today. Boy, I can't imagine that this would be in your lane, but you never know, right? I mean, I would find it pretty hard to believe if Stop Rock Confusion had done a sat-down critical listen of a Bread record. Hope you like stale bread. Jason Rojas is here, and now this is a guy that I think maybe has done a sit-down critical listen of Bread. So not gonna lie, I have a soft spot for this kind of stuff. Probably rebelling from the cool boomer parents with their Led Zepp, Pink Floyd, Bruce, etc. Yes, this is the music of rebellion. The Bread of wrath. Bread like money. No, I'll tell you what, I certainly did not throw down a lot of bread for this one. But, you know, the curiosity got the best of me. I was like, here's this band. They're well known. They get chuckled at. But what do they really sound like? But I will say that adding a bunch of gloopy strings to the lead-off track is one way to get my goat. I think that if you're introducing a string section into rock music, it takes a lot of forethought. It has to be executed extremely well, or else you're better off just to keep those things separated. Oil and water, strings and rock, many times. Is that a hot take? Of course there are exceptions, but Mark, your parents could be friends with Chad. Food for thought about alleged coolness. Right. That's the thing. How do you rebel when your parents have wonderful music tastes? Well, I think a lot of us turn to hip-hop. Wolfman, this band cleverly named themselves Bread as in money. We're going to be stars and make a lot of money. Well, track 2 is A Dismal Day. And look at this. This sounds like something that would be like on one of those forgotten UK site classics compilations. And or, forgotten sunshine pop. I mean, this isn't so bad. As long as they keep the strings out of it. And we might be pleasantly surprised by the end of the stream. Did they succeed? These guys get rich? I mean, they have their own anthology. And they were able to commission an artist to capture their handsome likeness. Likenesses, I guess. Let's just get a charcoal and pastel artist. Call it the cover. All right. Wyoming Dave is here. Dave Radiance. David Gates, the lead singer. That's a whole lot of Dave in one post. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you doing that. Is that a Phil Hartman album cover? Right? We're going to come up with new nicknames for each one of these guys before the end of the stream. Dusty Springfield slays on this song. So we got some guest vocals going on, or does she do a cover of this? Fill me in. I'm not in the know. Track 3, London Bridge. Guessing it's not the schoolyard rhyme.
It's hard to find someone to really care.
You know, if I would have known a little bit more about Bread or this style of music before starting the stream, maybe I could have done the little picture-in-picture thing where you get like the not only this beautiful shot of me looking you dead on, but also like one like a 3/4 profile, a little smaller and off to the corner. Those of you of a certain age will understand what I'm talking about, I'm sure. But I love it when Wild Dave is the most knowledgeable in the room. I can cool down and just cruise on mute. Yeah, silly, this wasn't released on mute. Who put this out? Elektra Records. Absolutely love this song. Okay, I'm guessing that was for the last one here. Let's catch up a little bit. I can also be a masochist. Right? Hey, sometimes it's healthy. Sometimes you're a sadist, you know, is this sadism on my part? I mean, it's unintentional. Streaming this. This is for educational and scientific purposes, I assure you. I don't know any Bread or 45 or Bread 45s or records, but they were popular in the States in the early 70s. Listen to this. Yeah. I didn't know they were like a synthesizer band. I wasn't so sure about this cut at first, but the synthesizer saves it. 20 tracks of this feels like a statement about refusing a lot of stuff about modern life. Right on. Well, we're getting our fiber. Allegedly. All right, so at least it wasn't very long of a track. Up next, we got Any Way You Want Me. Acoustic. Okay, has this been sampled? If not, I mean, I think you could definitely flip this beat. So anyway, if not for Devo on Saturday Night Live hearing Gary Newman's Cars on FM, this would have been my music of rebellion. Well, I mean, it's rebellion right now, right? These guys are just considered a joke in a lot of music circles. But I've heard at least a couple of tracks that got a little something. I don't know. We'll see if I eat my words like I eat my bread. The guy wrote tons of songs in the 60s. All right, that's good. I mean, if he's got the songwriting chops, then let the man cook. Or let the man bake, as it were. Noisy Beast is here. 70s soft rock schmaltz. Cheese might have been a better name. Good to have you on the stream today. I know these guys probably, never even went near a fuzz pedal, but maybe they did. I don't know. I mean, I didn't know they had a synthesizer. See, when they say like boring 70s music or like 70s soft rock schmaltz, my mind jumps to like Tony Orlando. And this is an order of magnitude better than that. Hartman did America. He was a graphic designer before the Groundlings Comedy Improv. That is a fact. And a lot of people forget about that, including myself. But yeah, he did do some work in the music industry. That's pretty cool. Okay, Dusty covered Make It. The first track. Did her version also have the awful string section? Hopefully they decided to excise that. Anyway, oh, nice. Look at me. Look how behind I am. Badfinger, had they been neutered. Was there really a time when you would have not gotten bullied and kicked in school for listening to this? Yes. Yes, there is. I mean, hindsight is always 20/20, right? You know, everybody listened to Led Zeppelin. Everybody listened to Black Sabbath, you know, after the fact. But let's not forget what was really actually popular at the time. This anthology has 20 tracks. So they had to have been doing okay for themselves in some fashion. Fade out songs. Beta. That's right. Don't fade out your tracks. Write an ending. Bread started out as a pop rock band a la the Beatles. Unfortunately, David Gate's schmaltzy songs became hits while James Griffin's power pop songs were not. This caused them to break up. All right. Fair enough. But, I mean, the Beatles had plenty of, McCartney's schmaltzy songs. Everybody knows those. Whereas, the George Harrison's tracks were not hits. So, I mean, perhaps there's a little more mimicry than meets the eye. But in the name of the anthology, I mean, perhaps that we're going to hear some of these power pop songs. I mean, we already heard like one, maybe two. We're now listening to Look What You've Done. All right, this is a pretty simple tune. Yep. Kind of like how Scott took over the Walker Brothers. Yeah, the less said about Scott Walker, the better. Yeah, speaking of boring 70s music. Sorry, Groove Seeker, yo! Good to have you here. You know anything about these guys? Like I said, up until now, I'd heard about 4 seconds of Bread music. Hey, Mick says, hey, Nate. Good to have you here. Thank you for being here. Look what you've done. Look what I've done. I've got everybody liking the Bread music. We'll see how long that carries forth. And I know it's not true of everyone. Jason Ross says, what's up? Better than Loggins and Messina or Dan Fogelberg? Yeah. Yes, I would rather hear what I've heard so far than a Dan Fogelberg record. Like, what was that song that he did about Same Old Lang Syne? I think that that convenience store is actually like on Google Maps as the Dan Fogelberg 7-Eleven or something like that. The one that's mentioned in the song. McCartney Schmaltz is a little different. Is it really though? I mean, the other members of the Beatles, I think, might have acted as a bit of a suppressant. But once you get into the Wings years, you know, it's like the floodgates are open. You know, all schmaltz, no balls. George Harrison was stuck in the waiting room of hell. We listened to yesterday all his solo career. Rest in peace, George Harrison. I don't know. I'd go so far as to say he's in the waiting room of hell. Track 13 is a power pop song, but their Led Zeppelin song, Mother Freedom, is missing on this comp. So they had like a bit of a go at some Zepp style tunes. I would love to hear some Bread Zeppelin. Bread was okay, but I prefer rap. Yes. Rap in the Ziploc trio. If I meet a woman and she's a 70s Scott Walker fan, I will steal her money and call ice on her. Ouch, harsh. Hey, Wyo Dave. A lot of mayonnaise on this bread. Mark, you're killing it today, man. You're on fire. Do you secretly harbor a big old bread collection? You got to know your stuff to be able to fire on all cylinders like this. Nathaniel Mars, that is the exact title of the song, Same Old Lang Syne. Yes, honestly, it's the only Dan Fogelberg song I really know. Or at least can remember, because, again, it's all so beige. It all just goes together. Grasshopper TV. Obley, hi Wolfie, hi chat. I've never listened to Bread. Maybe to scan for drum breaks. Hey, there was one. We heard one a little bit ago. Okay, we're on track 7. This is The Last Time. As in, this is probably the last time that we listen to Bread in a willing fashion. But I can't guarantee it. They might really start to scorch. McCartney's solo is a million times more edgy than this. Oh, only the second, the McCartney 2. Otherwise, I mean, come on. You gonna tell me that, like, Venus and Mars is... I hate even saying that, having my name as part of that title. Are you gonna tell me that's on the level of... that this is on the level of that, or that is somehow above this? I don't think so. Sorry, I'd love to come on your stream. I'm quite behaved. How many people can you fit in the shed, Stunty? We can all fly out. Just hang in the background like a posse. No love in the chat for Scott's 4 or 5 records. You're not going to hear any love from me. It's foolish to credit the Beatles' individual talent just based on credits. They're a cohesive unit despite what the publishing says. That's the beauty of collaboration, in my opinion. Well, right. I mean, that's why it's one, it was one unit, and it was able to kind of, you had 4 voices that had a say in kind of what was going on. Granted, some voices were not as loud as others, but something was keeping the lid on McCartney's indulgences, whatever it was. Was any of these 4 guys ever commit any sort of crime, even take a cookie without asking their mom? Yes, they're stealing your heart. All right, The Last Time. Look at this organ break here. Stop rock confusion. I've never met a woman who listens to Bread. Nor have I. I've never met a woman or a man or a grandma that listens to Bread. They don't get talked about too much unless it's just like, cheap shot joke. I think we have natural immunity. Wildlife is more edgy than that. I sure hope so. Look, I mean, not everything has to be, on the cutting edge. As a matter of fact, sometimes you just need that dull knife to make it that much more crude. Anyone on old 200s forums, I'm going to say 2000s forums, remember a dude named Macafan would only pop up to defend Sir Paul? I had a suspicion it was a parody account. I don't know the man. Maybe it was Paul himself. Don't rule it out. All right, here we are, jumping right into Let Your Love Go. Look at this. We got like 4 songs in a row under 3 minutes coming up. So pay attention. Let Your Love Go. Building a new shed this summer. If anyone wants to help out, I can provide housing. It's not a bad deal. Do you provide records? I'd come over and help out for a certain test press that we've talked about in the past. This actually might be a cut above Air Supply or the Carpenters, right? This is what I'm saying. If I am winning over, okay, maybe I'm being a little presumptuous here, but okay, let's just go with it. If I'm potentially winning over Noisy Beast, of all people, with the Bread record, I mean, something's going right. My ears aren't bleeding, and I'm not falling asleep inside the mask yet. You've obviously never really listened to Flaming Pie. Macafan was a legend. Flaming Pie. It should have been called Flaming Pile. Will Paul McCartney get his day of severe exposure? The mind reels. Something tells me that the homie Rojas has spent at least 6 months deep diving into this band, and I love him for that. You know, I think a real deep dive, in the research, I think would probably yield a few British bands that are held in high regard doing this type of music. Because, the Guitar Man, it's kind of on the slow side. So it's got the catchy meter, but the 4 seconds that I heard of it never really interested me that much. Oh, here come the strings on Truckin'. All right, maybe they were contractually obligated to include those. I was like, at least it's 2.5 minutes long. But it seems like maybe they just did the string intro. We're like, okay, enough of that nonsense. Let's boogie. Wildlife is not on the cutting edge, and yet compared to this, Bip Bop is a great, weird song. Right on, right on. I talked with Neil Haggard for half an hour about Wildlife, his favorite, on brand. Is this Big Star? It could be, right? Andorra, thank you for tuning in. Who has ever sat down and listened to this band, honestly? Zeb, thanks for being here. Hello back to you. He says, Bread never made it in Scandinavia. Right, so what do they got there? Just like raps? Oh wait, no, somebody already made the rap joke. Damn it. I apologize. Says, I will always respect the Carpenters, if only for the simple fact that the best UK garage hit ever. Hey, listen, there is a clip on YouTube of Karen Carpenter absolutely tearing it up on the drum kit. So, I mean, the Carpenters, while they have my respect, I do not celebrate their entire discography. Although, you know, maybe a future episode of Severe Exposure might tell a different story. Let Your Love Go got to number 28 on the Billboard 100 in 1971. I think a lot of these had to be hits, right? Maybe UK. All right. Up next, we got If. Yeah, check out that tremolo. Paul doesn't get credit for being an absolute weirdo. And I think that is valid. Should we give him credit for being an absolute weirdo? I don't think he's that much of an absolute weirdo. I mean, he's done some fairly baffling things. You know, I'm thinking of the Fireman record, especially the first one, where it's like every single track on that was like a remix of the same song, and or just like variations. But is it weird? No, it's just kind of like, you know, middling electronic music. Mark, I agree. I dig the Carpenters. Wolfie, do you collect test presses? I'm always on the hunt for test presses. Fun fact, I own not a single test press. But some records were only made as test presses before the plug got pulled. And there's one in particular that I'd be very interested in pulling into the collection. Stop Rocking She's Grass. I have a bunch of test presses of unreleased. Ah, there you go. Unreleased and released music of his very own. Cool, cool. Grasshopper. Loved your video last night. Count me among those. I have to pretend I'm working. I'll be back. The struggle is real. I have to pretend I'm enjoying this. No, I'm just kidding. Look, this song ain't it, but coming up, we're on Baby, I'ma Want You. This is some sexy bread. What an unexpected listening choice. Well, I mean, they're all going to be kind of unexpected because the whole point of Severe Exposure is stuff that I usually know very little about or have paid very little attention to. If you rewind back to the beginning of the stream, the most I'd ever heard of bread was like 4 seconds on a Time Life commercial. Were they in the sounds of the 70s commercial as well? If they were, they didn't stand out to me. But, you know, we've heard some decent tracks. We've heard some clunkers. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, this one might be. Is this their afternoon delight? Good luck, Chris. Pretend you're working. Haggerty, Royal Trucks, Howling Hex, PG. See, I know 2 out of those 3 bands. Good stuff. Stunt Rock Confusion, we need to talk about test presses, please. And next week, my flight attendant will be sending you a birthday package. Oh, that is so kind. Test presses, you know, I mean, I wouldn't be part of the discussion because that's not my lane, but I would enjoy a discussion about test presses, just in general. You know, what happens to the test presses that get rejected? What happens to the ones that resulted in the entire album being remixed. Mazzy probably hooked up with the mom of the guy on the left. Oh dear. Rumors. Speaking of bland 70s rock, rumors. Okay, up here we got Everything I Own. I don't know if I can fit everything that I own into a 3-minute song. You know, it brings to mind, there was an artist, I'm not going to be able to think of the name like this quickly or anything, but there was an artist who, as an art project, cataloged every single thing that he owned, every one of his possessions, cataloged in excruciating detail. And then he took all of it, even his clothes, and put it all through an industrial shredder. And was left with no belongings except for the catalog of everything that he had previously owned. Interesting stuff. When the Carpenters hit, it's sublime, but there's lots to skip. Absolutely. I mean, Bread does not get the same amount of respect as the Carpenters nowadays, though. But I think it's not entirely dissimilar. Am I being overly charitable? Because as soon as I say it, here come the strings. One great track is enough for me to respect a band. This one still has to make it. Fair enough. Make It With You, It Don't Matter to Me. If, Baby I'ma Want You, Everything I Own, Aubrey, Diary, Sweet Surrender, and The Guitar Man were all top 10 and top 20 hits, Nate. All right. And the fact that they were all found on one album. No, I'm just kidding. One compilation. You know, this is the first compilation that we've done on Severe Exposure. So, it's a landmark episode. The Fireman is crap. Kudos to him for trying. Right. I mean, he's not 100% to blame here. There was, what did he work with Flood on that project? I think that's who the other half of the Fireman was. So he only gets half the blame. Maybe the music isn't 100% weird, but the guy is a weirdo. I've never met him. My jam. Could be the song. Okay, so this makes me want to tell you all more details about me currently being in my bathtub testing a new soap. Right? Stunty's rocking some soggy bread this afternoon. Also, did I even say, I read your comment. Hello and welcome to the show, B-Sides. This song had to be on a million K-Tel comps. Probably a few of these. But here, listen to this one. Bread's got a drummer that's hitting harder than Tears for Fears. I agree. Ha ha ha. One of those commercials were played so often. When I hear the part of the song used, I think of the next artist clip. Right? There was another compilation commercial that was being overplayed right around the same time that I remember quite clearly being like Elvis gospel. Like all his devotional songs on like one compilation of two LPs or one cassette. And I'm just never gonna forget like the just that little clip of Elvis singing like, "He touched me," right into "There will be peace in the valley." Hello, Nate and everyone. Oh, the Bread Anthology. Having been married at one time, I've suffered through this CD during several vacations and trips. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean, welcome to the program. The Vinyl Dreamscape was actually must have met a woman that listened to Bread. Sorry to put you on the spot like this, but I mean, there was a discussion earlier about I've never met a woman that's listened to Bread, and I was like, I've never met anybody that listened to Bread. Sean knows it, but right on for getting this one out of the way early on. How are you, Stunty? Stunty says, I'm good. Chat is popping. All right, My Bloody Valentine sent me a botch test press. It was free when I bought a reissue of Isn't Anything. That was very nice of Kevin Shields, Ad and Company. That's actually super cool. All right, what we got up next? We got track 14. This one is Aubrey. Sorry, the start of this one was giving me reflux. I scored a Curtis test pressing that how female vocals backing him up that he erased. So I hear you on the shit that never gets released. Right? That's what I'm talking about. This stuff, preservation is important. Sounds like you may need more hobbies to fill your time. What, like, you know, when bread really gets cooking, do we call them toast? I mean, it's not happening right here. This is obviously some kind of love song, which I'm allergic to those. I like to multitask while taking a bath. Uh-oh, get that. We'll move right past that. Ha ha ha. Youth from Killing Joke on Fireman. Okay, apologies for misspeaking. I picked the wrong mononym individual. But yes, Youth and Paul McCartney were the Fireman. And they put out that record, Strawberries, Ocean, Ships, Forest. And all the songs sounded remarkably the same. And it's a really, really long CD, too. It's like, it really kind of all just kind of blends together into one 70-minute track. That is multi-track. Says, Nate, if your ultimate fan is Van Dolen, you have to be a weirdo. I don't know who that is. Van Dolen used to get up on Paul Psychopather's paddle, but I haven't seen him there for a few months. Yeah, that's another thing I'm not really in the loop on. Sorry, never seen it. Check out the reggae cover of Everything I Own by Ken Booth. Paul, Zoo Animal on Wheels, thank you for tuning in. And thank you for this insightful comment. Everything I Own, you know, I'm not gonna like exalt it or anything, but it wasn't the worst song on this record, so I mean, I think this is worthy of a follow-up. Ken Booth. Everybody, jot that down in your notes. The K-Tel doc is fun though. There is a doc on K-Tel. I think either K-Tel or one of their competitors was based here in Minnesota, in the Twin Cities. So yeah, fun with licensing. All right, up next we got the track Diary. Will this be diary or diarrhea?
Found her diary underneath the tree. And
Yeah, it's the latter. All right.
starting about me.
Don't give us orders. Paul,
She'd written took
you're
me
not.
by surprise.
Oh, Mazzy. Okay.
You'd never read them in her
Hey, good to have you.
They said that she had
All right, geez,
love she'd
how am I still this far behind? I still hate Three Dog Night to the overexposure from that commercial. Somehow gave CCR a pass when they did the same. CCR, at least growing up in the Midwestern United States, CCR also became a punchline in the 90s. But they seem to have been able to shake that off, and now everybody takes them seriously, and now they're one of the greatest bands in history or whatever. But for a while there was a radio station that actually made fun of them as part of their slogan. How was the test press botched? My thoughts as well. My guess is it either had skips or, surprise, surprise, it wouldn't be up to Kevin Shields' standards. Oddly enough, I nearly gave everything I own just to not have someone come back again. Whoa. Toast. The guy is such a perfectionist, I couldn't really notice any difference. All right, so... So yeah, I guess I was spot on. Van Dolen is also known as Macomania. I have no idea who that is. I don't. It's not in the part of YouTube that I'm familiar with. Richard the Music, his nickname. I don't know if I've ever seen him. This might have been before my time. I've heard people making fun of him. Yeah. I did tracks with Raven from Killing Joke in 1992 when he lived in Toronto. He wanted me to do guitar solos, but wouldn't let me wear headphones while recording because Raven was kind of gnarly. Well, I mean, yes, it's true. I am wearing the cans here for severe exposure, but that's only because what am I going to do? Sit directly in front of my computer speakers with a microphone? It'd be like the echo of the century for you people. All right, up into here. Sweet Surrender. Have you all surrendered your hearts and minds to bread? Ridiculed by jerks. You know what? I mean, can we get away from this trend of performative cruelty? I mean, I don't even know the person that's being talked about here, but it's part of a greater societal ill. Was that too preachy? All right, amen. This guy was once convinced by Penn that Jen Joplin's male guitar player was a female and started to get super vocally horny about him. Live on camera for a good little while. Okay. Oh, wow. Janis Joplin's guitar player disappeared. Oh, wait. Oh, you're probably talking about same guy. No problem, Mark. All right. Did you know that you've already listened to 15 songs in a row by Bread? Shout out to everybody for sticking this one out. Thank you. Thank you. Be kind to one another. Sow the seeds of love. Right. I am. I'm listening to Doolittle. I just have to glance over whenever the little speaker drops down to the next track. So I can say something like, okay, what's this one like? Okay, sounds about like I expected. And then I just go back to Blast and Tame. Still got that radiance in my system from last night. That's good. Carry that with you through the day. That Laraji record was another one that was quite a bit better than I thought it was going to be. I'll admit it. All right, hey, it's the Guitar Man. Everybody play your air guitar. With very gingerly, of course. You do the open-handed strumming of a air acoustic guitar. That's right. Hey, do you remember when they used to do like air guitar competitions? Do they still do those? It seemed like the most ridiculous thing. With Nate, thank you. Right on. If only someone were able to capture that image artistically, stunty. Yeah. I think somebody did, and it's right there. That's all you need. How much art can you take? We feel sorry for you securing a spot in hell that easily. Hey, do I need to do a severe exposure on some AC/DC? What do they say? My friends are gonna be there too. Love doesn't get enough clicks, thumbs, or subs. Well, it does around here. I mean, okay. I should say, it scores major points around here. I don't know if that actually translates to clicks, thumbs, or subs. My analytics say no. But, of course, I mean, here we go. We're listening to Bread. Let's get mushy. I got love for all of you. Tuning in, sharing in the tunes, and just being honest. You know, do you like it? Do you not? Like whatever you want. Defend it passionately. And brush them haters off, you know. Punch up, not down, keep swinging. Thank you. Yes. Fight the real enemy. Then, of course, being whatever automated bot brings the party down with the black lockdown screens on the DJ live streams. Can we fight against that? That record might turn it into a devout Christian live in front of our eyes. Yes. That's what I get listening to all this unleavened bread. Now, if someone wants to pass the wine, we're in business. Which one of these song titles would make the best name for a VHS? Oh, goodness. Any way you want me. You can read through the entire track listing. You know, I'm going to go with Dismal Day. Guitar Man. All right, what are we into? Fancy Dancer. How fancy are we talking here? Making you blind. This dancer's poking out your eyeballs. Maybe plucking them out like martini olives. Anyway, okay, this song makes me think OG, the Harvest Gold Dodge Duster we had. Oh. Nice wheels. Listen, they've got a funk track. Now, please don't like Elton John, for heaven's sake. Hey, I don't think you have too much to worry about, Stunty. Stunty may have just discovered the secret power behind the new right. You haven't really heard Bread until hearing the hot mix on the 8-track. Oh yes, the legendary Bread 8-tracks, which feature an extra guitar solo by Snowy White. That's not true. Fully expect a visit by the CIA now. Hey, you know what? If they're not shutting down severe exposure, there must be some pretty big fish to fry. Down on my knees, of course. Let your love go. Good. They are marching north as I type. Open up. It's the pigs. I don't know what it is. The last song, I mean, I can't explain why we never cared or heard about that band since the 70s outside of Sean's marriage. But then they have tracks like this. I mean, who does this sound? Close your eyes. And if don't answer Bread. Who does this sound like? Like, if Randy Deadwax played this, there would be like dancing emojis all up the chat. Everything was like some rare, obscure psych funk 45. Be like, no man, that's Bread. All right, we're getting down up to She's the Only One. Less than 6 minutes remain of the anthology. So it's time to start thinking about how are we going to score this? I mean, where does it fall on my intentionally nebulous rating system? How many cool bones are you willing to give a Bread CD? Be honest with yourself. You're falling into that trap. All right, sometimes they're laying the traps themselves. She's the only one. Knock, knock at your front door. It's the Suede Denim Secret Police. It's the suckers with the badges and the blue jackets. 3 of 10. All right, so does that mean that can we scale that up to 6 out of 20? Because we got 20 tracks. And I'd say 6 of them were pretty solid. I'm not going to go, back through it, track by track. We're just kind of getting a general picture. Bone count at the end. We will find out. Or I don't know. Maybe Mark might decide. she's the only one cool bone. So, Wolfman, have you become the biggest bread fan in the VC? Okay. Now, hold on a second here. I am not part of the VC. Let's make that perfectly clear. We're playing CDs. And CDC has already been taken. So, have I become the biggest bread fan in the secret society? That's a pretty low bar for entry. I mean, I don't think it's that great. But there's a chance. Jeez. I'm gonna have to live with that. Thank you so much, Jason Rojas. Bone time. It's a fun listen. I dig it. Great road trip tunes. 7.5. This makes me happy. I'm so glad that you got something out of this one, because I mean it's always a crapshoot, especially when you're gonna go live for an hour 15 or whatever, playing 20 songs in a row by Bread. But here on the other side of that coin, 2 out of 10. I've paid my dues to this band. They get no sympathy from me. That's right, smack. I meant as a quality grade. There's only a couple of songs vaguely entertaining, cool, mostly in the beginning. Yeah. But, some of these tracks had their moments. It wasn't like listening to a Barry Manilow record. I like this better than Sowing the Seeds of Love CD. I do too. Bread and Sebastian. I love it. Eagles. There's a little Joe Walsh in this. He took the strings out though. He had one thing that he did. Oh, did I get cut? Sorry. If the party gets shut down, you guys gotta let me know. I wasn't paying attention to the monitor over here. I'm just so engrossed in all this bread. No, just kidding. I'm paying attention to y'all. Not my own stream. Three cool bones. We don't know what the upper limit of the cool bone scale is. And I like that. All right, here we go. 7 out of 10. Classic 70s tunes. That's more generous than I expected from the crowd that comes around these parts. So, very fine. Oh, it's 3 out of... Oh, no. What happens, though, if you rate something a 5 and then you hear something better? You got to up it to 6, right? This is why I have, like, the... cops are here. Shut it down. They're just the cops will always take your bread. But no, I mean, with the rating system, I figured let's just let it form itself. So when I give scores like not good, that means that there's okay. We got the not bad. So I mean, maybe there's it's good above that. Great would be the next level up. Will there be an excellent tier? I mean, on severe exposure, will we need one? I don't know. But there's also the I feel nothing, which we gave to the Cool Bone CD. Where does that fall on the scale? Somewhere between not good and not bad. Is it above or below? It's okay. I don't know. It's rare that I'll listen to something and at the end I just feel nothing. But we just add tears as we need it. All right, we're back. See, I didn't know that. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know that it got shut down. So I've just been over here rambling for the last 2 minutes straight. Oh well. Did I really have something that crucial to say? All right, y'all take it easy. You know what? I mean, this it's a tricky one to rate because there are a lot of there's a lot of crap here. But even some of the crap songs had moments, and some of the songs were actually pretty good. I'm gonna give it a. Jeez, we already got 3 out of 5 Cool Bones. We have scores running from 2 to 10 to 7.5. I'm pretty sure we're safe from a 6 bone spin here. Hey, there. I'm getting some out of the way early. We'll put it that way. The selections do get better. Right around episode number 50. Maybe more. All right, I'm going to give this one I'll give it a reluctant. Let's see. Is it's all right is better than I expected to give this one a bad. I'm going to give it I'm going to give it a not good, which seems low. It kind of falls right between like it's all right and it's not good. It's heavily weighted down by a lot of schlock, a lot of gloopy strings. But that said, couple tracks. So there you have it. You got anything else? Don't laugh. I like that song. Oh, this song. I don't know. Whether you agree or disagree, guess what? We're done. Bread is over. You may never hear them again. They're not in common rotation. They're not part of the conversation in 2026. I mean, are there a couple songs on here that I'd listen to again? Sure, there sure are. But not like over and over and over. I'm not going to call them like best of the best 70s. No. But some tracks, pretty decent. A lot of tracks seem a little wilted. And that's going to do it for today's Severe Exposure. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hope you appreciated it. Tomorrow's Friday, so come here for the party. Of course, and if you're so inclined, check out Secret Spins tonight. Right on? Right on. Have a great day, y'all. Peace.